Hey YouTube, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I recently was having a discussion and the question came up, since none of these cameras are the perfect camera, what would make the perfect camera? Now, I got to thinking about it, and that's a really good question. What would make the perfect camera? Well, I got to thinking about it, started putting down a little spec sheet list, and this is kind of what I came up with. Let's set this out of the way and let's get our list going, which I have right here, and let's figure this out together. First of all, I'd like for it to be about a 25 to 45 megapixel sensor. It could be crop, it could be full frame. I'm not super set on either one of those. I would like for the native ISO to go down to 100, 64 like Nikon, whatever, but go up to 12,000 or 25,000 without any real issues with ISO noise, not having to run long ISO noise reduction, things like that. I'd like for it to either have a adapter that would drive my D-series screw drive focus lenses or natively drive the screw drive focus lenses. I'd like to have plenty of exterior controls, like extra knobs and settings that are configurable. This one doesn't have, it has the two mode knob wheels here that you can. I really enjoy the ISO knob as well as the idea of shutter speed and all that like Fuji has. I mean, it's instant control settings. You're not having to look for a function to drive it. Now, of course, you learn your camera, it's not a big deal, but if you didn't have the memory of the camera, you could at least look at it and understand what the knobs are doing and make simple adjustments really easy. I definitely want an exterior exposure compensation knob. I like to run aperture priority a lot, and by running exposure compensation, it allows me to control the amount of darkness in my shadows or keep my highlights from being blown out. I really like that. I would like a forward-facing screen so I can vlog with it. That's the only reason I'd like the forward-facing screen. Otherwise, it's not super important to me. I'd like an electronic viewfinder. Higher quality the better, but I like an EVF because it allows me to like view my images in bright sun, and I can scroll through them, see if I've got the shot I want in bright sun. Ooh, about dropped it. I'd like for the battery grip to be part of the kit that comes with the camera, and I'd like the battery grip to hold at least 2 batteries to double your capacity. I would like for the lens that you get with the camera to be some kind of a choice kit, sort of. Maybe they would sell you the body, and when they bundle it, they just pull a lens off the shelf and that's the lens you kit with, not this 18 by 55 every single time. You know, I kind of understand why they're doing that. That's essentially a 24 to 70, but I would also like that kit lens to be a constant aperture. The variable aperture lenses is just a pain in my neck. They work, but yeah, I'd rather have a constant aperture lens. I'd like to have a good strong battery, 750 to 1,000 still images, somewhere in that neighborhood. This D810, I think it's 1,000 or so, maybe less, but it's a lot. I mean, I can shoot all day on one battery under normal circumstances, and I can fire a lot of frames before I run the battery down. I'd like for it to have a hot shoe so I can run radio triggers, run external flashes. I'd like for it to have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever it can so I can transfer images straight to my iPhone. I'd like to be able to do that. As well as to have an app that can control the camera. I'd like to have all the usual cabling that comes in a smart camera these days. You got a headphone jack, you got a mic input, you got an HDMI cable, a USB 3 port would be really sweet, maybe 2 of them wouldn't be bad. And then you could make it to where it can charge the camera. Say you've got a battery pack and you're doing a lot of filming, maybe doing a lot of slow-mo, and you can run that battery pack and it can keep your batteries topped off in your camera. That'd be really sweet, because then you wouldn't be constrained to only using those proprietary batteries. If you could bank in with a USB 3 from a power bank, you got basically unlimited power then. I'd like for it to have 2 card slots, of course, as well as the whole idea of ergonomics. I would like for it to feel good in the hand. Nikon's got that. They figured that out. So if you can figure out how to build this camera, I think you would sell boo koodles of them. Of course, it needs to have high quality video capability because everybody wants to shoot in 4K now. I don't shoot in 4K. My computer and my internet connection preclude me to using 1080 at the most. I don't have strong enough either one of those to be able to utilize 4K. I would have to buy a new computer with lots of power, because I tried to render a 4K video out in my current MacBook and it just could not handle it. Way too much information. But that's what would be my perfect camera. And of course, the usual things like weather sealing. It needs to have weather sealing anyway. All cameras should come with weather sealing out of the box. What's the perfect camera to you? Would it be what I've listed here? Would it be something different? So leave me a comment below. What would be, not manufacturer, function set. Maybe there is one made by a certain manufacturer that you like that's missing features, let me know. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you like the channel in general, there's that subscribe button down there, and I could really use that subscription. But it matters, and if you want to know when I drop a video, the bell's down there if you want it. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and this is David, the Georgia Photographer, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.